everyone. You all are welcome to this lovely channel Astropenetia. I'm your friend astrologer palmist Shivam. And those of you who are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon. And today we are going to discuss about the full moon and the solar and the lunar eclipse, right? The lunar eclipse which is coming into the sign of Taurus. Grand rising to everyone, which is coming into the sign of Taurus and the nakshatra of Kritika. Now, during the eclipse season, it is important to maintain emotional balance. It is important to focus on releasing all the negativity. And also, the sign of Taurus is directly related to family, your well-being, accumulation of things, right? And also your value system. And in this time, you will feel bit tight and deprived related to things related to earthly abundance, related to your materialistic things. And this lunar eclipse is more of emotionally intense kind of a lunar eclipse, right? So emotionally you may feel as if you are a bit blocked or feeling anxious. It is very normal, right? So in this lunar eclipse, you have to make sure that you are doing your meditations and prayers. The literal meaning of lunar eclipse or the eclipse is, in Hindi we call it Grahan. Grahan means to gain something. And it is a time when you have to work upon your spiritual elevation, when you have to work upon releasing all the toxicity of the past. And since it is in the nakshatra of Kritika, Kritika is a nakshatra which is ruled by sun, and it's a nakshatra which directly relates to the element of fire, that is the Agni. And this nakshatra talks about perfection. And during around the eclipse season, you have to make sure that you are not looking for perfections, right? Because it can activate your critical nature. It can activate the critical side of yours, as if always doing criticism, finding faults in things, right? Because Kritika is a very perfectionist nakshatra, right? And this moon is naturally exalted into the sign of Taurus and the nakshatra of Kritika, right? And this exalted moon is eclipsed, right? And this eclipse of this exalted moon is telling that the bull run of this sign is eclipsed altogether, right? So maybe you will have a dip in your optimism around this time period, and you will feel that as if your bull run is coming to an end, right? Hello everyone, hello. So a lot of lovely people have joined in, right? And I would say that in this time it is important to maintain your positivity, focus more on spirituality, focus more on doing donations, focus more on letting it go. And the most this eclipse season is very intense for people having their moon placed in the earth sign of Taurus and the Scorpio, and even the rising sign, right? So the Scorpions and the Taurus will be the most affected ones during this lunar eclipse, right? And lunar eclipse comes during the full moon night, right? So another thing important. And I would like to tell you that in this time period, again, it is important to align yourself into the right direction. It is important to have faith in your journey. It is important to stay afloat at all cost. And I would like, and for the ones who are born with the eclipse combinations, like their moon and Rahu are placing together, sun and Ketu are placing together, or moon placing with sun, Ketu, right? Any of the eclipse combinations, for you it is going to be a quite a changing, transformatory time around this eclipse season. And this eclipse has come. It's a very long eclipse. This lunar eclipse coming tomorrow. In India, it is from 12:30 p.m. till the 4:30, more than 3 hours. And even in USA it will be around 2 a.m. East Coast time, right? So this is a very long duration lunar eclipse, right? And this lunar eclipse has come after more than 500 years, right? And so it is, and the next one will take place around 2025 AD, right? So this is quite a special occasion, right? You can utilize this time to do important things like releasing your toxicity, doing donations, praying to your ancestors, especially the female ancestors, right? The mother ancestors. And in this time, you can utilize this as an opportunity to self cleanse. Yes, this is not a time to start anything new, neither on lunar eclipse, neither on solar eclipse, right? But those of you who are into meditation, prayers and donations, you can use this time to do your prayers, meditation and staying relaxed in this time period. And I would like to say that as we have talked about this eclipse, the intensity of this eclipse, it is important to discuss that what this eclipse means for each one of the signs, starting from the sign of your fire signs till the sign of water signs, and from the sign of Aries to the sign of Pisces. So I'll be discussing each one of the signs, right? So be patient. I'll be discussing all of them, and in the end I'll be saving this video, right? So let's start with the fire signs. For the fire sign people, this moon or this lunar eclipse is bringing in lot of emotional anxiety and shifts in energy when it comes to their family life. In their family life, with their speech, with their expression, they might feel bit struggled. And secondly, they might feel that they have not accumulated enough of the money, right? Or they may feel that there's something lacking in their life around this time period. And utilizing this as an opportunity to make rightful changes in your working style, and serving or helping others is the way to the right direction in life. And around this time period, avoid any kind of arguments, any kind of shuffles at your workplace. Stay calm and composed with everyone around you, right, during this eclipse season. And this emotionally, I'm talking about everyone, this emotionally intense lunar eclipse or the eclipse season will take full circle around the solar eclipse. So mind you, these 2-3 weeks are going to be very intense, even for the world and even for everyone at personal level, right? So and another thing for the fire signs, make sure that you're talking with everyone with a lot of easiness and softness. Yes, some of you definitely have to work on your health. You have to put in more efforts, and don't feel it this way that your efforts are not bearing any fruit or rewards. You will get your due after this time period. And especially the best part about this thing is that your personal life or your things are quite in balance, especially talking about the fire sign people, and your ability to convince people or talk to people will be very impressive in this time period. And on the marketing front, or on the pitching business ideas, or talking to people, or creating a balance, this will be a good time for you, right? So best of luck to my fire sign people. Now next I'll be talking about the earth sign people. Now what are the earth sign? The sign of Taurus, the most influenced, the most affected one, the sign of Virgo, and the sign of your Capricorn, right? For all these practical signs, all these earthly signs, this is a time when you may feel tight or blocked with your personality, in your love life, as far as your direction of life is concerned. You may feel tired, and this is a time to work upon the things. This is a time to learn letting it go. This is a time when you have to understand that you have to focus more on the spiritual aspect of life rather than the materialistic one. And in this time period, you will be developing, or you will be working on new talents. You will be working on new skill set of some kind. And I would like to say that you can use this time period as an opportunity to learn more about versatile things. And the ones who are working into the technology sector, the ones who are working into the IT sector, the ones who are working into the media broadcasting, this will be a good time for you, right? But on the personal level, you may feel emotionally very intense, as if you want to cry, or you want to, you want to just clear your heart out, right? But you are not finding right ways to do it, right? And make sure that you are doing your meditations in this time period. You are focusing on eating right. You are focusing on staying easy and relaxed, and take this time as an opportunity to either go out for some outing, or take it as an opportunity to focus on self-care, right? That will be very beneficial for each one of you. I'm talking about the earth sign of Taurus, your Virgo, and your Capricorn, because you people have been feeling very or overly responsible from past few months, right? So especially I'm talking about the sign of Taurus and the sign of Capricorn, right? For the sign of Virgo, things are still much better, right? So but for them it is very, very intense. They are not able to feel that peace, right? So best of luck to my lovely earth sign people, and do not get into any kind of arguments with your partners or with your loved ones, because you may have a, you may struggle at explaining your things in this time period. You may struggle at making yourself understand in this time period, right? So make sure that you're keeping yourself easy, you're keeping yourself aligned in this time period, my lovely earth sign people I'm talking about. So best of luck to the earth signs. Now next I'll be talking about the air sign people. Now what are the air signs? The sign of Gemini, the sign of Libra, and the sign of your Aquarius, right? For all these three signs, this eclipse is strongly influencing your 12th house, 4th house, 8th house, right? And along with that, it is making you feel restless. It is making you feel aloof. It is making you feel detached from everything around. And also you may develop a sense of suspicion in this time period, right? You may feel a bit suspicious about different things. And another thing, that in this time period, focusing more on relaxation is important. Focusing more on letting it go is important. And another thing that you have to focus on is listening to others in this time period, right? Although you never enjoy listening to anyone, all the air signs, but this is a time when you have to listen to others, when you have to listen to your inner voice, because the 12th house, the way it is active, right? And traveling or being on the move or going for some adventure will bear right kind of fruits for you. And make sure that you're not entering into any kind of secretive relationship in this time, or you are not aligning yourself into the wrong direction, which you do not want it for the long run, right? Or just for the purpose of spending time. No, right? Focus on your long-term goals in this time period, and learn letting it out, venting out your past memories, because they may reoccur in this time period. maybe childhood memories, maybe some sad memories of the past, right? They may reoccur in this time period, and it is a time to burn them and let it go. Kritika is an Agni nakshatra, right? Is a nakshatra of element of fire. So doing fire rituals around this time is very effective, right? Around this whole 2 week cycle till the new moon is very effective, especially on the eclipse, and even in the coming days it is very, very effective, right? Around this time period. And praying to Lord Shiva will reap the right kind of fruits, right? And you do not have to shy away from any kind of hurdle or any kind of struggle, right? Around this time, make sure that only when something dies or when something is over, we have our new starts, we have our new beginnings, right? So focus on the positive aspect of things rather than focusing on the negative ones. But overall, I would like to say that this is a good time for you when it comes to shining your personality, when it comes to learning new things, when it comes to your business. Business is good in this time period. And also, the focus has to be brought back to your health, right? Remember this thing, that your health is your wealth, right? Or this time will remind you about this thing, right? Will make you remind about this thing, because some of you may have gastrointestinal issues or tightness in your lower portion of your body, right, around this eclipse season. So bring back your focus on your health, right? So best of luck to my air signs. Now next I'll be talking about the water sign people. Now what are the water signs? The sign of your Cancer, the sign of your Scorpio, and the sign of Pisces. For all these three signs, this lunar eclipse is coming into your third house, into your seventh house, and into your 11th house, right? So in this time period, you may feel lack of partnership, lack of love at times. You may feel as the world has turned against you, right? But that's not a right way to understand. Or you may feel as if you need to bring in certain changes when it comes to dealing with people, when it comes to your relationship, or when it comes to your friends. It is a time of cleansing. It is a time when you have to relax, when you have to feel more loved, right? You do not have to be love demanding, but you have to feel as if you are very loved, right? And also you have to exhibit your kind gestures towards everyone around you. You have to exhibit your love, kindness, affection towards everyone around you. You may feel as if people around you may have turned bit sore, or they have turned bit, I would say that, unlikely around you, and you have to feel at ease with them. You have to feel at, you do not have to be reactive to them, right, in this time period, and you have to take life as it comes in this time period. And especially Scorpio, you have been staying very confused, right? You have been working hard, you have been doing good, but you have been staying very, very confused, right? You have to keep your confusions at bay in this time period and focus more on how you can get the things right in this time period, right? And hard work is fine, but it's also important to relax and stay at ease in this time period, and make sure you are doing all your rejuvenating activities around this time period. Especially since the moon is in Rahu, don't look for perfections when it comes to your partnership, relationship, or anything. Don't look for perfections, because it will create a very critical mindset. It will create as if you are lacking something altogether, right? There is no idealistic picture of things, because Kritika is a very perfection demanding nakshatra. It demands, and it's a very cutthroat nakshatra, denoted by strong, a scissor or a sharp weapon, right? So artistically, these people are very good, but again, they are striving for perfection, right? Perfection cannot be asked for in relationships, right? Relationship is all about understanding each other. And even if you are having this intense energy to have a fight or to have a spat with your partner, with your family, with your sibling, with your friends, avoid it in this time period, right? Because you will feel emotionally intense around this time period. As far as your people relating to marketing business are concerned, relating to healing business are concerned, counseling business, education business, right? And also pharma business, you people will gain in this time period. You people will have new proposals coming your way. You people will have new money coming your way, right? So keep yourself emotionally balanced, keep yourself emotionally relaxed in this time period, right? So best of luck to my lovely water sign people. And what you should do, what are the remedies you can do, water sign people? Praying to Lord Shiva, right? Simply chanting the name of Lord Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya, right? And secondly, chanting the name of Lord Ganesha, Om Gam Ganpate Namaha. I'll repeat it, Om Gam Ganpate Namaha, right? Chanting their name. Donating in the name of your ancestors, Pitrus, will be very effective for each one of you, right? The more you do the donations around the eclipse season, the better results you get in life. Do not be greedy around this time period. Be generous, right? Focus more on spiritual things. Focus more on right path in life, right? And focus more on your real-time things. What are the real-time things? Family, loved ones, right? Health, good food, right? And be thankful for everything that you have around you, right? And mind you, for everyone, this is not the time to start anything new. This is not the time to initiate anything, right? It's more of a time to release all the toxicity around this time period. So best of luck to all my lovely water sign people. Now we'll start with each one of the signs, starting from the sign of Aries till the sign of your Pisces, right? So I'll be taking up all the signs from now onwards, right? So for the sign of Aries, right, this is a time when you have to focus on your family. This is a time when you have to focus on the words that you speak, right? This is a time when you have already worked enough, when you have been doing all the hard work. It is a time to relax. It is a time to stay afloat. It is a time to stay aligned. And yes, it is in accordance with your rising sign, ascendant sign, and your moon sign, whichever resonates the best with you, right? So you can study both of them, my lovely audience, right? So for the Aries sign people, this is a time when you do not have to care about your long journey, when you just have to focus on the present, right? When you have to focus on your real-time alignment. You have been dealing with people really well. You have been staying in balance while you're talking to everyone. But this eclipse might make you feel a bit deprived, right? Might make you feel as if you are moving in no direction, right? Unwantedly, right? And it might make you utter words which you do not actually mean around this time period. So mind your tongue around this time period. And this is not a very enchanting time or a good time to take major financial decisions. Avoid investing in this time period, especially the Aries sign. Avoid investing in this time period, and make sure you are focusing more on connecting with your family, connecting with your loved ones, and you are mitigating all your differences around people around you. Remember, this is a very special kind of an eclipse, right? Moon is at its exaltation and then it has got eclipsed, right? In the nakshatra of Kritika, right? Moon exalts in the sign of Taurus. Yes, Moon exalts in the sign of in the nakshatra of Kritika, and then it is eclipsed by Rahu, right? It will increase the desires, it will increase the want, right? Which nobody wants, right? And you already have enough of the things around you, but it will make you feel deprived. And especially spending time with your loved ones, you may feel bit worried about your finances, as if you may feel a sense of urgency to do something in this time period relating to your finances. Sit back and relax. You do not have to take any major changes with respect to your job, with respect to your work profile. Just focus on whatever you're doing and continue with it, right? And in my opinion, your finances are going well. And especially for the ones who are working into the real estate sector, pharma, those of you who are working into the media broadcasting, it's a good time for you, right? So best of luck to my Aries sign people. Now next I'll be talking about the sign of Taurus. For the sign of Taurus, this is a very emotionally intense lunar eclipse for you, because this eclipse is falling into the sign of Taurus. This is a time again when you have to be least self-critical, right? When you have to just set yourself free from the clutches of the past, from the past memories, when you have to set yourself free on the path of spiritual growth, on the path of emotional growth, and make sure that you are having a good interaction, or you are having a positive relationship with your mother or the females of your family, right? They can provide you with the required relief that you need in this time period, as Moon and Rahu are co-joining. So make sure that you are doing prayers related to Moon, simply chanting the name Om Som Om, Om Som Om, Om Som Om, Om Som Om, right? And or chanting the mantra of Om Shram Shirim Shrom Saha Chandraya Nama, right? Or simply taking milk bath will be very positive for you. And in this time period, again, you have to avoid overthinking, because you may have this sense of overthinking in this time period. So avoiding all the kind of overthinking in this time period, my lovely sign of Taurus. Yes, money will flow good for you, right? You may have certain differences with your partner. You may feel a lot of differences with your loved ones, but that's okay, right? Because no two people can be same. We all have our own nature. We all have our way of dealing with things. We all have our own behavior. We just have to be acceptful of the people as they are, right? We do not have to create an idealistic picture. We just have to accept people as they are, right? So best of luck to all my lovely sign of Taurus, right? Now next I'll be talking about the sign of your Gemini, right? For the sign of Gemini, this eclipse is strongly influencing your 12th house. Now 12th house is the house of healing, is the house of counseling, is the house of isolation, is the house related to your travels. Whatever you have in your deep inner mind, right? It is related to it, right? Your subconscious, right? House of being jailed, house of being in rehabilitation. And this Rahu and Moon can disturb your sleep for this moon cycle. Maybe some event or incidents may occur tomorrow and you may feel disturbed because of it, right? Why I'm telling you this? Because I'm warning you so that you can work into the positive direction, that I do not have to be affected by it, right? I just have to stay positive, I just have to stay aligned, right? I just have to stay relaxed. And it is a good time for all the ones who are into the counseling business, who are working as nurses into the medical profession. It's a good time for you. And it is also the good time for the ones working into the IT field, into the information technology. Again, it's a good time for you people. And avoiding investing, avoiding spending money, avoid taking major financial decisions around this time period. If you are thinking of buying a vehicle, if you're thinking of buying a car, if you're thinking of buying a luxury, avoid it during this eclipse, right? Yes, you heard me right. Try avoid it, right? Though Venus is very well placing in your 7th house, you have been receiving love, you have been receiving all positivity from all around the corners. Even your communication and even your interaction with people has improved, right? But this moon tomorrow and day after can bring you back to square one. You may feel like this, right? As if you're coming back to the square one. It may make you feel that your bull run, because the Taurus sign, the bull, right? That your bull run, the positive bull run is eclipsed or it is jinxed. But this is not the case. Momentary feelings cannot overpower they cannot overtake the whole process of things, right? It is just a momentary feeling which will be incited in you, and then you will overcome it, right? So make sure that you are keeping yourself aligned, positive, and if you wish to go to some traveling or for some moving, this is the right time. You can do it, right? Because you may feel caged around this time period, as if you need a trip around some place, right? You can do it, you can find it out, right? So best of luck to my lovely sign of Gemini. Now next we'll be discussing about the sign of Cancer, right? For the sign of Cancer rising, Cancer moon sign, for you people, this is a time when you have to focus on your public circle, when you have to focus on not being demanding with people, but focusing more on that how you can contribute to people. And make sure that around this time you are activating your positive side, because Rahu and moon coming together, right? Do not have any kind of suspicion around the people or people that you have around you, right? And avoiding all the cunning ones, all the clever ones, all the ones who criticize a lot around this time period. And yes, if you are a man, or if you are a man or even a woman, avoid any kind of indulgence, right? Indulgence can create a lot of trouble in this time period for you, right? So avoiding any kind of indulgence. Rather, be present yourself in a very positive, optimistic way around the people. And those of you who are in the mode of creating multiple sources of income, right? Don't push yourself hard in this time period, right? Because you may take wrong financial decisions, like renting properties or through stocks or through any other means, right? Because there are chances that the market will witness a lot of corrections and you may lose money. Although the flow of money is good when it comes to your regular work, but do not work upon the hearsay with people. Rather, use this as an opportunity to stay emotionally positive and to stay connected with your loved ones, right? And do not feel disturbed with any of the, if anyone says anything negative to you or anything critical to you, do not feel disturbed because of it. Rather, take it in a good light, stay positive about it, and just focus on your own goals in life, right? Especially for the ones who are working as architects, in the interior business, into the grocery business, into jewelry, right? It can be a very creative time for you, right? And also it's a good time to create connections with the foreign lands, with the people of different culture, different lands. So that can reap a lot of benefit for you. And yes, focus on your health, because what I can see is that some of you might have issues related to your health, especially the women, right? You can have gyne issues, or you can have health issues related to lower portion of your body around this time period, and it's a time to discipline yourself, right? So please focus on it. My lovely sign of Cancer I'm talking about. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Cancer, and simply praying to Lord Shiva and also taking advices from your mother, elderly female, will be fruitful to you, will be emotionally fulfilling for you, right? If you have your aunt, if you have your mother, if you have any of the sister, any of the older female, take her out, right? Spend money on her, right? That will give you a sense of fulfillment. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Cancer. Now next I'll be talking about the sign of Leo, right? The sign of Leo, the most royal, honest, a sign that is, known for friendship, right? Standing in all the thicks and thins. For the Leo sign people, this is a time when you have to stay easy at your workplace, when you do not have to push yourself very hard. And especially the ones who are into the digital marketing, who are into the online marketing of things, who are focusing on expansion, right? The expansion will come to you naturally at the right time. You just have to make a right kind of routine. You just have to focus on the basics, right? What my clients want, right? And the things will flow. All the service oriented professions are quite good for you around this time period. And be a man, be a person of actions, not just of words. So focus more on acting more rather than planning. Plannings will confuse you around this time period, right? So do not plan too much, rather focus on doing things. And as for the students, you might feel bit losing onto your focus around these 2-3 days of eclipse, right? So simply again, taking the name of Lord Shiva and Ganesha will provide you with relief, will provide you with easiness and confidence in yourself, right? And if you are, if you are planning on to some kind of starting something new around this time period, because Moon and Rahu are coming together, so you might have something initiating around this time period, avoid it, right? Avoid it at all cost, right? This is my clear opinion, right? And mind you, this is a very general reading. It's not in accordance with your birth chart, right? So we have to understand your birth chart, and along with that we have to study the transits, right? Transits have no meaning without your birth chart, right? So yeah. And for you, sign of Leo, in this time period, focusing more on long-term goals will be very, very helpful. And the way Mars and Mercury are placing together in the third house, again, be action oriented, be practical, be positive about everything around you, and you will be receiving help, support from everyone around you, right? That is a very important thing, that you will be receiving all the support from everyone around you. And yes, you may feel very restless at your home, at staying at home. So maybe for next few days you will have lot of traveling going on, right? So you will have lot of traveling going on for next few days, and that will bear fruits for you in the long run. And it's a good time to solve problems in your work profile, especially the ones who are working as lawyers, as accountants, as any kind of problem solving business, even in insurance, right? You will have a good time around this time period. So best of luck to all my lovely sign of Leo. Best of luck to you people. Now next we'll be talking about the sign of Virgo, right? For the sign of Virgo, this is a time when you have to focus more on your spirituality, when you have to focus more on your prayers, when you have to be thankful for everything you have, when you have to focus more on doing donations, when you have to focus more on praying to your Pitrus, that is your male ancestors, because this Moon Rahu combination is coming in your ninth house, right? In the fiery sign of Kritika, right? So don't be critical about any of your elders or old people around you, right? Rather, be generous in your acts, be generous in your behavior, body language, all the way, right? And this Moon Rahu combination, it's like a new start after the dawn, after the night. It's a new start, when everything is silent, when everything is calm. It is around that time period that after which you are looking at your hope, right? What is coming next, right? And I would say that this can be a marvelous opportunity to grow, right? And with your calculations, you have been staying very good, because your Mercury and Mars has been very strong in your second house, and that also tells that it can make you sound bit aggressive with your words. It can make you sound bit impulsive with your behavior, right? And you may decide upon certain things, that I want to move my life on this path. Just don't focus on planning and deciding, just move yourself, right, around this time period. Yes, you will face hurdles, right? Yes, you will face obstacles, but those things will teach you more about yourself, right? And again, for your spiritual pursuits, for your mental pursuits, for your inner fulfillment, it is a very good time. Do your prayers, do your donations, do your prayers related to your ancestors around this time period. My lovely sign of Virgo I'm talking about. And with your romantic life, you may feel bit blocked around this time period, as the Jupiter and Saturn conjunction is strongly placing in your fifth house, house of romance, house of kids, progeny, right? And even the house of talents. You may feel as if you're not growing with talent, but don't worry, it is just a matter of 2-3 days when your things will start to move better. And even with the transit of Jupiter, you will have immense relief, right? Immense relief coming your way, right? So best of luck to my lovely sign of Virgo. Now next we'll be discussing about the air sign of Libra, right? For the air sign of Libra, it has been a very roller coaster journey, right? You have been hustling, you have been doing all your efforts, right? You have been on your toes when it comes to everything around you, right? But you have been feeling restless. You have been feeling unfulfilled, right? But very energetic, I would say that. Not exhausted, but energetic. Around this this lunar eclipse, full moon, it is a time when you have to sit back and relax. It is a time when you have to when you have to allow nature take its course, when you have to allow the universe work for you, right? When you have to allow your change to come by, when you have to allow your inner spirit to guide you, right? Trust your journey, right? Because around this lunar eclipse, you may be filled with doubts, you may be filled with phobias, you may be filled with anxieties, right? That's normal. Nothing about it that is abnormal. That is normal, right? But the thing is that you have to overcome it around this time period. What is important, right? And let your old self die around this time. Let new version of yourself, a more refined one, a more positive one, right? A more relaxed one come out in this time period. And focusing more on spiritual healings, focusing more on spiritual prayers will be effective. And I do feel it this way, that around this eclipse season, you may have some unexpected gain coming your way, right? Unexpected gain coming your way. And do not mind the words of your partner or people around you in this time period. You may feel agitated because of the words or something, expression, behavior of your partner, the way the 8th house is behaving, right? And avoid taking any kind of debts, any kind of borrowings around this time period. And yes, do not try to juggle into stocks around this time period, right? So avoiding that. And everything has to come from your confidence, not from your fear, right? So when we do something out of fear, the fear multiplies. And when we do something out of confidence, even if that thing does not work, we still are the chances are very less that the thing won't work, but we still are at ease, right? Okay, it hasn't happened, that's okay, right? So everything should come from your inner confidence, not from your fear. Your decisions have to be from your confidence, from your positive perspective, not out of your fear or foundation, right? So best of luck to my lovely Libra sign people. And yes, you in this time period, what you can do is simply you can do prayers related to Lord Kartikeya, right? That will be very effective for you. And secondly, doing fire homas at your home, or any kind of cleansing in your home, or sprinkling holy water or any kind of water after prayers at your home will be an effective measure to maintain peace, calmness in your home atmosphere. So best of luck to my Libra sign people, right? So next I'll be talking about the sign of Scorpio, right? For the sign of Scorpio, this is a time when you may feel very emotionally intense and demanding from your partners, right? You may feel as if the whole world does not love you, right? But that's not true, right? Everyone loves you. And in this time period, you have to make sure that you are staying very positive about your future, about everything, right? Avoiding any kind of arguments, fights, or struggles with people around you. You do not have to play all that push and pull, right? Or neither you have to get stuck in any kind of such thing around this time period, right? And for you, it is more of a time when you have to pray for your clarity of mind, right? When you have to pray for releasing all the obstacles, right? When you have to pray for that all the diversions in my life path, in my things, they should be removed, and let me focus on what is true for me. And in this time period, it's a good time for you, those of you who are working into the marketing business, again, right? For those of you who are working into any kind of public profession, right? Dealing with public, dealing with audience a lot, right? It's a good time for you. And especially your words will play the most important role for you, because the way the Venus is flourishing in the second house, it will give a boost to your finances, right? And though I ask people to avoid doing investments or putting their money somewhere, right? But around this transit, you can be very smart with your money, especially for the ones who are into the traveling business, who are into booking things, who are into, import export business, right? This can be a very positive time for you, right? And even jewelry business, even who are into creative professions relating to fashion industry or glittering business, right? It can be a good time for you. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Scorpio. And for you, praying to Lord Ganesha, simply chanting Om Gam Ganpate Namaha, Om Gam Ganpate Namaha will give you the relief that you want, right? And maintain your friendly side, maintain your loving side with everyone around you, right? That will give you a lot of optimism, that will give you a lot of positivity, right? And praying to Ganesha is very important. And donating in the name of your female ancestors of the house will again bring in good luck for you, right? Giving money to the homeless, right? Offering food to someone, because it's the seventh house, offering food, offering nurturance, right? Or you can donate some milk products, you can donate some food, and you have to abstain from consuming alcohol, you have to abstain from consuming meat, and this is for everyone, right? You have to abstain from doing all these acts. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Scorpio. Now next I'll be talking about the sign of Sagittarius, right? For the sign of Sagittarius, this is a time when you have to be a vessel of love, right? This is a time when you have to focus more on serving others. This is a time when you have to align yourself into the right direction and keeping all your worries, anxieties, and inner phobias at bay, right? Focus more on the real time things, family, well-being, staying with your loved ones, eating right food, and also connecting to your soul, doing the things which nourish your soul, which nourish your mind, right? Rather than just following the trend, right? Focus more on what you want in life around this time, right? And by this I do not mean manifestations. What I mean to say is focusing more on liberating yourself, setting yourself at freedom, like taking a walk in a park, like relaxing yourself, setting yourself at ease. And this is a time when you have to bring your focus back to your physical health, when you have to bring your focus back to your emotional health. And in this time period, those of you who are working into the hospitals, medical profession, cleaning business, those of you who are working into service oriented work which requires a lot of hard work, this will be a good time for you, especially, right? And your partner might create a tense or an intense environment for you, right? And you have to deal with it with a lot of empathy, love, and softness, right? Considering that everyone is not a perfect human being, right? Considering that thing, and everyone makes mistake, you have to deal with it with a lot of easiness, love, no blame game. Even if it is with your family, even if it is with your loved ones, no blame game, right? And focus more on taking responsibility. And with that I mean that not blaming anyone, right? You are the creator of your own destiny, focusing in that way. And yes, some of you may sound rough or rude. Tone down your words, tone down yourself in this time period, right? Be soft while talking to others, firm in your actions, but soft with your words around this time period, my lovely Sagittarius sign people. And you have to avoid taking, because you may feel a sense of urgency that, for my financial growth I need to do something, I need to take decisions. No, there is no race going on, there is no there is nothing that you will lose out on, or there is nothing that you will miss out on, right? So focus more on the real time things, focus more on feeling relaxed, enjoying the things that you already have, right, around this time period. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Sagittarius. So best of luck to you. Now next I'll be talking about the sign of Capricorn, the earthly sign of Capricorn. For the sign of Capricorn, this is a time when you have to let yourself loose, because you have been feeling very overloaded. Yes, you have done a lot of hard work, but you have also made some of the wrong financial decisions, right, in the past, right? But I would say that in this time period, everything is getting better. You may feel blocked when it comes to your financial growth. You may feel blocked when it comes to your love life, because the fifth house, the way it is afflicted, you may feel, even if you may have a partner, you may have the reminiscence of remembering the old days, right? Or getting emotional about it. Or you may have this feeling that I could have done better. And do not allow such kind of feelings of the past to overpower you around this time period. You have been doing a lot of hard work. You have taken up a lot of responsibility. Yes, you were not able to accumulate enough, right? But you have done a lot of hard work and you have done good to everyone around you. And since Venus has come in your 12th house, it's a time to relax. It's a time to spend money on yourself. Go out for shopping. Spend money on yourself. Buy some good things, jewelry, anything what you like, right, around this time period. And it's an act of self-care. Once you start with it, it's an act of self-care, and you'll feel more motivated to do the things. And this moon Rahu is coming together in your fifth house. Those of you who are into their pregnancy, or those of you who are on their family way, in this time period, avoid going out during, although it will be a night time, so that's okay, right? So some of you may even have troubled dreams, or you may feel a lot of anxiety during the dreams. And for all of you, this is for all of you, not just for the sign of Capricorn, right? Another thing which came into my mind right, which I want to talk about, that around last 2-3 days, many of you may have had a lot of strange dreams which had no relation to reality, right? So it is because the energy is so strong during the eclipse. During the eclipse, what happens is the moon is the closest planet or the celestial body to the earth, and all the secretions, the hormonal secretions, because it is all water inside us, they increase, they fluctuate a lot, right? So that can lead us to, at times feeling overly happy and overly disturbed, and especially for the pregnant woman, it can fluctuate or it can bring up and down their hormones during their baby time, right? So for you, it is advisable to do regular meditation, prayers, and that will be fruitful for you, right? So best of luck to them. And another thing that you have been feeling, some of you have been feeling very blocked with your talent, ability to learn, right, and ability to understand things, or may feel as if we are missing out on something, right? So you do not have to allow all those feelings to overpower you. Do not have to allow any kind of negativity to overpower you, right? Just focus on the positive side of things. Just focus on the real-time alignments, and yes, doing prayers related to your, simply for the removal of your blockages into your love life and your finances, will be very beneficial for you, right? So avoid, so do go for such kind of prayers that blockages should be removed, right? And relax in this time. Just set yourself at ease, because even in the coming days, you will be doing good when it comes to work and profession. So best of luck to my lovely sign of Capricorn, because you have been staying overloaded with things, right? So best of luck to you. Now next, I'll be talking about the sign of your Aquarius. For the sign of Aquarius, this is a time when you will feel bit anxious about things at your home, when you may feel as if that you need to shift your place, or you may feel as if you need to change your home. Simply what you can do is you can shift the things at your home, or you can change the direction of your bed, or you can change the interiors at your home, right? It is a good time to pray for the female ancestors, like connecting with your mom, doing prayers along with your mom, with your grandmom, with your aunties, right? It is a good time to seek their blessings, because this moon Rahu is coming in the 4th house. It is a good time to align yourself on the path of spirituality. And yes, you may feel emotionally blocked, right? You may feel bit disconnected with some of people whom you have felt very connected for long, right? You may feel disconnected, and that's okay, right? That's very normal to have it that way. And around this time period, make sure that you are sleeping well. Make sure that you are spending maximum time with your family, with your loved ones, right? And it is also a time, again, for the ones who have been going through their pregnancy, it is also a time when you have to focus more on positivity, when you have to focus more on releasing your anxieties, fear, phobias, and disalignment, right? And focus more on positive outcome of things, right? And this moon, the way it is placing, and the Rahu Sun combination, some of you may feel very blocked with your professional life. You may feel very anxious about your professional life. Just let it go, right? Just stay relaxed about the things in your life, and automatically your life will move into the right direction around this time period. And simply sprinkling holy water or water after prayers at your home, and especially praying for peace, praying for abundance at your home will give you a lot of positivity, right, at home, right? And it has to be that you have to start valuing your family, you have to start valuing your loved ones in this time period. And specifically, make sure that this combination of Rahu and Moon, which is placing in the fourth house in the nakshatra of Kritika. Kritika nakshatra, moon, the moon is exalted, and with this exaltation, it is eclipsed, right? So the desires will be high, the expectations will be high, but the results will be boom, right? So bring down your expectations and focus more on the real time things. Praying to Lord Shiva, asking for wellness, asking for abundance, asking for growth, right? So that will come by when you are peaceful, when you are happy altogether, right? And again, lunar eclipse or the eclipse season is never a time for manifestations. And if you are thinking of buying real estate or any of the new house or making shifts, this is not a good time, right? Avoid that at all cost around this time period. My lovely sign of Aquarius I'm talking about, right? And doing deep breathings will be helpful because it's placing in the fourth house. Lungs, right? Deep breathing and releasing all your anxiety is important in this time period. So best of luck to my lovely Aquarius sign people. Now next I'll be talking about the sign of Pisces. For the sign of Pisces, this is a time when you have to focus more on aligning yourself, when you have to focus more on keeping yourself relaxed, when you have to focus more on your own well-being. The Lord of your sign is placing in the public house, 11th house, Jupiter, right, ready to transit, and the moon is placing in the third house. You have been focusing too much on the negative side of people, right? You have been having too much expectations from everyone around you, and you have to focus more on how you can contribute to them, right? How you can be loving and supportive to them around this time period. And specifically with moon coming in third and Rahu, you do not have to go for long plannings, right? Just enjoy your journey of life. Going for short travels to nearby lake or to nearby water body around this eclipse season can be very fruitful for you, can be positive for you. That will give you the required relief that you want in this time period. And according to me, your profession or the money will be flowing good for you. And after 2-3 days, you have to watch out your sleep, right? You have to watch out your sleep, and you have to take proper rest around this time period. My lovely sign of Pisces, a very emotional, a very loving, a very intense sign of Pisces I'm talking about. And for you people, focusing more on health is again important, right? And some of you may have been feeling very bloated, anxious, and tight because of your things. And make sure that you're rightfully focusing on your physical health as well as your emotional health in this eclipse season I'm talking about, right? And simply offering donations, simply offering food, simply offering help, even to your siblings or to your people around you, will prove beneficial. Eclipse is a time of giving, right? and is also a time of releasing your negativity, right? So it's not a time of manifestation, it's not a time of manifesting things or other things, rather it's a time of release, right? So make sure that you are moving on the right path around this time period. And yes, finances will be good, and especially for the Pisces sign, your creative abilities will be really good in this time period. Those of you who are into creative professions, painting, drawing, designing stuff, this is a good time for you, right? Execute your ideas, right? What is stopping you? Yes, some of the people will be jealous around you, but you have to move forward with your ideas, with your executions, with your positivity, right? Because your creative ability is booming like anything, right? Simply chanting the mantra of goddess Durga, Om Dum Durgaye Namah, will provide you with the required thrust and positivity in your work field, right? So this was, and so best of luck to my lovely sign of Pisces, right? So this was my analysis about this lunar eclipse coming into the sign of Taurus and the nakshatra of Kritika, right? And this lunar eclipse is very emotionally intense, is all about fluctuating emotions, is all about feeling at times, lacking into certain spheres. Some of you may feel lacking into your finances. Some of you may feel as if you're lacking a good partner. Some of you may feel as if you're not able to achieve perfection, right? You may feel, a sense of lacking, which you will be feeling around this time. And you do not have to allow that feeling to overpower you. Rather, you have to focus on into the positive direction. You have to focus on the rightful alignment. You have to focus more on how you can release all that toxicity from you, how you can release all that anxiety, fears and phobias, negativity from you, and avoid consuming alcohol this eclipse season. And I'm not just talking about the lunar eclipse, I'm talking about from lunar eclipse till the solar eclipse. For next 2 weeks, avoid consuming alcohol, avoid eating meat around this time period. And in the mundane astrology or the astrology going around the world, it will be a very transformatory time. There will be a lot of power shifts around this time period. So watch out, right? And it is possible that leaders might take certain wrong decisions, right? So it is again possible, right? So those of you who are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon, right? And you can also go and visit my YouTube channel where I'll be uploading this video. And along with that, if you wish to book a reading with me, you are most welcome. You can directly send me a message or a DM or email on my Instagram account, or you can directly send me a WhatsApp message, whatever you wish to, right? So best of luck to my lovely audience. And those of you who wish to see reviews, you can go to my Instagram page and you can watch all my reviews, right? So God bless you, my lovely audience. Take care. Have a very blessed lunar eclipse. God bless you and have a very blessed day. Take care. Now I'll be saving this video. Do share this video with your loved ones, my lovely people, right? So take care. God bless you. Namaste.